Hello there, and welcome to the Teaching and More channel, your primary destination for tips, information, and resources about teaching in the United States and worldwide. I'm Sharon, and I've spent 5 years teaching in the US on a J1 visa. Now I'm in Russia working as a science teacher at an international school. A lot of aspiring US teachers are planning to take their families with them, husband and kids. I already have a video about J2 frequently asked questions. I have a link to that video if you want to watch that too. So today is my time to talk about taking your school age kids to the US. Of course, I have additional information because I always want the viewers to get a whole picture of how things are in relation to what they want to know. In the end, the whole purpose of my channel is really to give information that will help aspiring US teachers to make the right decisions, to have realistic expectations, etc. If you are new in my channel, make sure to subscribe and check my other videos. I bet I already have a video for whatever it is you want to know. Okay, so let's get back to today's business. I'll talk about first, are all children of J1 eligible to be J2 dependents? Second, what documentations are necessary for J2 visa application? Third, what are US school requirements for J2 school age children? And finally, I want to give you additional information about J2 visa that you must know. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Also, please pay attention to the screen because some of the important things that I forgot to mention in my voiceover are on the screen. This is true for all of my videos, not just this one. Anyway, let's go over eligibility. If you have children who are not married and are under the age of 21, they are eligible to be your dependents. So this means that even if your child is under 21, but if she or he is married, that child is not eligible. Their visa is called J2. It's also a non-immigrant visa, which is tied to the same requirements as the J1 visa. If J1 visa is expired, so is J2. If for some reasons the J1 visa holders program has been terminated and thus ending the visa's validity, the J2 visa status also ends. If J1 teachers are required to fulfill the 2-year home residency requirement at the end of the program, so are the J2s. These are the requirements for J2 visa application. Valid passport, J2 dependent DS 2019, which will be sent to you by the same visa sponsor of your J1 visa. So if you are planning to take your dependents with you, you should inform your visa sponsor so that they can make the necessary arrangements. But I'm sure they will ask you about it too. Proof of relation to the J1 visa holder. For spouse, you need to turn in marriage certificate. For children, their birth certificate. If they are adopted, you must also turn in adoption papers. Visa application fee, which is $160 in the Philippines. Visa application form or DS-160. You can access the form by clicking the link down in the description box. Copy of the J1 visa holders DS 2019, passport, visa, bank statement, and other immigration papers. Health insurance as soon as they arrive in the US, so make sure to arrange this before they move to the US if they are not coming with a J1 visa holder. So you are going to inform your visa sponsor when the J2 dependents flights are. J2 visa holders are not required to register with the Commission on Filipino Overseas or CFO. They will also not need to attend a PDOS if that's still a thing nowadays, because a lot of things have changed during the pandemic. Here are US school requirements. Vaccination record. They can't enroll without this. This is not just for COVID-19. This is the immunization record from when they were still babies. Form 137, or that's the transcript of records. Card, birth certificate. They don't have to worry about taking an admissions test because it's not required there. And they can join anytime. So if they arrive during the second semester, they can still join the class. If they arrived 2 months before the end of the school year, they can also still join. And here are some additional information about J2 visa, so listen carefully. First, once the child reaches 21 years of age, the child should exit the US. unless you have applied for a change of status from J2 to F1, that's the student visa. I will talk about this in detail in my future vlog. Okay, a concerned mom told me to mention this, so I'm gonna say this. Thank you, Mom Mary Jean. If you are taking your son, you may want to consider having his circumcision in your home country if this is something that you culturally practice before leaving for the US, because circumcision there is quite expensive. You will spend around $4,000 or even more. A foreign student whose native language is not English will be required to take ESL classes and can be moved out of such class if they pass the exam. ESL is English as a second language. Studying in public schools in the US is free. They also have free food, free transportation. That's the yellow school buses you're seeing in movies. The rules on this, though, may vary from state to state and district to district. Where your child will study depends on where you are residing. They are following a zoning rule there. J1 and J2 can be applied at the same time if that's what you want to do, but they may leave your home country at a later date as long as the visa is valid. They do not have to travel with you. They cannot go ahead of the J1 visa holder though. Consequently, they may also opt to apply for their J2 visa at a later date. J2 visa holders can also go in and out of the US as long as the visa is valid. The J1 visa holder does not have to travel with them, but J2 visa holder cannot stay in the US if the J1 visa holder is not physically present there for more than 30 days. So for instance, the J1 visa holder wants to go on a vacation somewhere. They can leave their J2 visa holders in the state, but it should not be longer than 30 days. If your child reaches the age of 16 years, he or she can do part-time job if that's something they would like to consider doing. I had a student, she's the daughter of an API teacher, also working at the school where I taught, and she was working and said that she already had saved enough money to study whatever course she likes. But an employment authorization document or EAD must be obtained first. The rules about obtaining an EAD for underage J2 vary per state, as I realized. So make sure to find out what you have in your state that you can take advantage of. While in high school, J2 students can also study for free at a community college. This way, while in high school, they are already earning college credits and eventually earn their associate degree. Attending a community college while you are in high school is free, like I said, and so it is a common practice there in order to save on education cost. At a community college, the students can earn their associate degree, so that's about 2 years of your college degree. And after graduating from a community college for 2 years, the students would go and enroll in a university. As an example, high school students in Orlando would study at Valencia College because that's the community college there. And after obtaining their associate degree from that college, they would go ahead and continue their bachelor's degree at a university, for instance, University of Central Florida. Another way to earn a college credit while you are in high school is to take advanced classes like AP classes. AP is not Araling Panlipunan but advanced placement. For instance, if you are planning to take up engineering in college while in high school, if you can, then you should be taking AP physics, for instance, or AP math. At the end of the AP classes, each year the students will be taking an exam. And if they pass this exam, they would already have earned their college credit. So when they go to college finally, they don't have to take that subject again because they already earned it in high school. Of course, we can expect that AP classes are more difficult because they are college level classes, but that's one way of earning your college credit while you are in high school. That is why it's also very common for American students to graduate in college early on. Having advanced classes while in high school is also going to look good on the student's resume to increase chances of getting scholarship for college. Each J2, minor or adult, will be required to have a health insurance. It would be around $100 each. J2 visa application fee in the Philippines is $160. I already mentioned this, but nothing wrong with saying it again, right? Each J2 will also pay the travel tax at the airport, which is 1,620 pesos. I'll just go ahead and mention the passport fee is 950 pesos for standard, that's 12 business days, and 1,200 pesos for the expedited one, that's 7 business days. If you want to know how much money you should prepare for your first month in the US, definitely check out this video. You may just modify your computations based on how many dependents you're taking with you to the US. But taking your school-age children will not add much to the expenses in terms of education costs, since public education there, starting from 4 years old, is free, no matter which state. If you are considering taking your child who is under 4 years old to daycare, watch this video. I guess that's it for me. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!